Hello, welcome back to Greenhill Junction. This video, hopefully will be a short one, is to try and show you that points and crossings don't need to be complicated. By what I mean, they don't need complicated wiring, they don't need you to mess about and cut things at the back. Basically, they can just be plug and play. I've seen so many videos on YouTube, and I must have been following people on YouTube for a couple of years, and they just terrified me about points. You know, like the electrofrog points, cutting the back wires, then resoldering another bit, and installing point motors, installing polarity switches. And it just totally put me off until I did a lot of research on it and realised that it doesn't have to be like that. That's probably the extreme end of things. Electrofrog points can be plug and play, you just put them down and go for it. I'm kind of taking it to a level above that, because I'm going to, as I said in a previous video, I think it was the planning for the fiddle yard, I'm going to use a thing called autofrogs to power the frogs, which are these wee bits here. And then you can take it to the level that a lot of other people do, where it's cutting wires, soldering bits, putting in point motors, putting in polarity switches if you want. But I'm trying to keep things simple here, so I'm going to show you how simple it can be. So first of all, I'm going to show you these crossings. So these are peco double slips, and these are insulfrog. Because I'm using code 100 track, I can only get insulfrog crossings, which to be honest has made life a lot easier. So by insulfrog, you'll see that there's a plastic bit at the end of the point there. Now, what I said in my previous video when I was talking about how these would hopefully work was that hopefully they were plug and play, and that once they were in, you know, locals could run over it no problem. I have found out that that is actually true. So what I'm going to show you is, I've got my Merchant Navy class here. This is currently DC. I've not put a chip in it yet, and I've got a real old school Hornby DC controller. I think this is from my Intercity 125 set. So what I'm going to do is, this is powered up. I'm going to just place these on the track, and well, good old school, just turn the controller and you'll see the Merchant Navy go across the crossing. Yeah, he says famous last words and all that. So I'm going to, in fact, I'll power it up. I'll do this. I'll power it up behind it. Alright, I'll try and get the camera to show this. That's better. Right, so this going on the track behind the loco. Try and make it go in the right direction. And go. And straight across. Would help if there wasn't a wheel off. Right, that's that sorted. So again, just put the controller on, I'll bring her back. So as you can see, that crossing works perfectly well with DC, plug and play. So with DCC, there will be absolutely no difference. And actually I'll be able to show you that, because I've got that track hooked up to DCC, so I'll get one of my DCC locos out in a sec. The difference is with the points, but again the points aren't complicated. So let me just get one set up that's easy to show you, and I'll come back. Okay, I'm now set up in front of a single set of points. So what you'll be able to see just is, so these are electrofrog points, so what you need is the insulating fish plates, basically on the frog, on the narrow section of the point, whatever you want to call that. And that's for, I think it's for DCC running, to be honest, but it works the same for DC as well. So you'll have continuous power going through there, but that will stop at the insulating fish plate. So for DC running, I will once again demonstrate it using the DC loco and the old school controller. So put that on, and she doesn't move, and that's because the electricity is not getting past that. However, if I right, let's set it up. If I go to the other end and put the controller on, she will move, but should stop it at the insulating joint. Oh, wrong way. Try the other way. There you go. So she's came to a halt because the electricity is running along there, and it's getting stopped at that insulating fish plate, and there's just been enough power in the engine to get it on that little bit further. So as you can see, there's been no modification to that point whatsoever, and it works. So basically what a point is, it's like a light switch. So if I'm powering up this bit for DCC, which it is already, I then have to make sure that I also power up this bit to make sure that there's power either side of this insulating fish plate. That's all you have to do. There's no need to mess about with it. You can put it in and just go for it. So what I will do now is I will get the DCC system working and just show you the exact same things with a DCC loco running. So be back in a bit. Okay, now for the DCC demonstration. Now I've got the DCC up and running on the Hornby Elite here. Just select Flying Scotsman. There we go. So exact same position as the Merchant Navy was. I've not got the tender on her because I'm just using her to check that all the electrics are working, so it's just easier to have the loco. The tender's basically just for decoration. So I'll just apply some power through the DCC controller, and of course she goes backwards. Let me just change that. So forward and across the crossing, no problem at all, not even a stall. I'll just send her backwards as well. So there you go. So that crossing is literally plug and play for DC or DCC. You do absolutely nothing to it whatsoever, and I don't have insulating fish plates on the frog either because the insulation is there, the plastic bit at the end of the frog. There's obviously something going on with all the wiring underneath here that makes all this work, because the loco will go either way. In fact, I'll just show you that. I'll switch that and just send it up. There you go. And across. So absolutely nothing needing done to these at all, so don't be afraid of them. Right, I'll set up exactly the same thing on the point and show you how it works with the DCC loco. Okay, back at the same point, same position for the loco, and I'll power it up via the DCC. And once again, she's stopped. And just to prove that I'm not making this up, you can see that I've got her at half power, but she's stopped. And again, that's because of the insulating fish plate there. So again, the power is coming along here, it's continuing along here, but it stops there. So again, she's had enough power to get across it and then stops because the electrical signal's gone. So again, all I need to do is put on droppers to this, wire it up, and then it'll come across here, come across there, pick up the new electrical signal from the same bus wire, if you get what I mean, and then continue on its merry way round the layout. So I hope that little demonstration has taken away some of the myths and the confusion about electrofrog points and those double slip crossings. They can be put in with no modification whatsoever and used quite happily. The only thing is, the reason people power the frogs, or like I'm going to do with the auto frogs, or put in the polarity switches, is because right now my frog is powered from that connection between the, I think they're called switchblades, and the main track. So if that gets dirty in there, obviously there'll be a lesser electrical connection, which is why I'm going to put in the auto frogs, just so the frog has constant power. But you know, brand new points, so as long as that's clean, there's always going to be power going through the frog. And so when the point's in that position, this is a negative rail, so the point will be negatively charged through the frog, and then the negative charge continues up there. Positive comes along there and continues up there uninterrupted. If I flick the switch the other way, positive goes along there and into that. Negative continues along there. There's obviously the gap, so it doesn't go into the frog, and it just continues happily. So please don't be afraid of electrofrog points. Give them a go. The peco ones have instructions on the back which has helped me, and do a bit of research online. And don't be put off by these videos of people, you know, cutting wires, soldering things, putting in point motors, putting in polarity switches. You don't have to if you don't want to, and you can have a perfectly running model railway. Okay, I have now fully installed the DCC system, so every track is now running DCC, and I realised that I hadn't actually shown you a point working with the DCC fully connected. So I've set it up in front of the same point again with the Flying Scotsman, and just to show you, I have connections either side, so you can just see there's a dropper, and there's one the other side that you can't see because of the rail. So now that's powered all the way down there, and that one's powered up to the insulating fish plate. And then if I wander away down here, there's another set of droppers around about here somewhere. Yep, there they are. There, and that'll power all the way up and beyond the point. And again, the positive will run right the way through to the insulating fish plate with the new dropper takes over. So to demonstrate that, got a Flying Scotsman set up, and I'll just send her across this point and she'll go around, no problem at all. One of these days I'll get these locals going in the right direction. Right, now she's going in the right direction. And back again. You'll see, wasn't a stall at all there, no jump in power, no change in speed, over, no problem at all. And as I've said several times, these points haven't been modified whatsoever. All I've done is put the points in, paired up the track on that side, paired up the track on that side, and as long as you have these insulating fish plates on the frog, then you'll get no short circuits and your trains will run. And it's just exactly the same. See how I've made a crossover there? It's exactly the same. If you want to do a crossover, I'll show you that just now. So because it's two frogs side by side, you've actually got the 4 insulating fish plates across there. But wait, so this is powered, so power will run to there and it will stop. But I've also got droppers over here, so the power comes through here, and down here to there. Likewise the negative, well actually it comes from the dropper over here and it comes along, then it'll power this and comes across. So let's demonstrate that. I'll send the Flying Scotsman across the crossover. Enjoy it. And send it back again. So there you go, electrofrog points made simple. As long as you power up either side of an insulating fish plate and you make sure that you keep your positive and negative on the right side of the track. So I've used different coloured wire. My negative track is blue wire, my positive track is brown wire. It's no problem whatsoever. So hopefully you find this video helpful. Please subscribe to see further updates and leave any comments you have. You get any questions about points and crossings, I will try to answer them. I'm not an expert, I've just basically taught myself as I've been building this layout. But thanks very much for watching and speak to you again soon. Cheers.